so crazy. You know, went from playing, you know,
no, they're all
all the time, you know, everywhere, anywhere.
So I gotta
think
go.
2024 we had 3 or 4 shows.
I gotta go tinkle.
Before, you're making enough money that you don't have to tour anymore.
So I'm gonna sign with you now, and hopefully we'll hear from you on Sunday night.
Oh, well, my personal band, if that's what you're talking about, we always worked full-time jobs with the band.
Thanks for the fun.
You know, so we would do, I think the one summer we did 7 states one summer, and all worked full-time jobs.
People goes okay.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to do, I guess.
I think I would go to.
Yeah, we're pretty much from Connecticut to Tennessee, Virginia. That was probably about the lowest we went. But we it was 7. But there were some nights, like on a Friday, we would get out of work, go early, and drive straight out to Pittsburgh and play, or drive up to Connecticut or New York or New Jersey.
Yeah,
I guess that would be a good reason to back off a little bit. You know, especially when you start getting older, it's like, I'm getting too old for this crap. Well, yeah, I was going to say, we're going back. Well, I played my first club when I was 13. I think that was 1990-ish, 1991. So we were, I was actively in a band since then, but starting like 99 is when we really got hot and heavy with my last band. And yeah, from 99 till 2009 almost, it was sometimes up to, well, one of the busiest weekends I can remember was we got out of work, went up to Reading, played a show up in Reading, turned around, came home, woke up, did a 3-set afternoon private party, drove back up to Allentown, I think it was, did a show in Allentown that night, went right from Allentown into New Jersey on Sunday, and did a 3-hour set at a car show. Yeah, that's a rather busy schedule. But yeah, we would play, anytime, pretty much anytime during the week. Wednesday nights, Tuesday nights. Back, early 2000s, a lot of places had, local band nights on, during the week. So, a lot of Allentown, Lehighton, that whole area. What's the name of your band? Well, back in those days, we were called the Roadhogs, and my current band's called Red Hill Ramblers. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out. So I'm looking to go out and do a little bit of, just going to places and just sit and have a couple drinks and listen to the band play. Yeah, I'll keep you guys informed if and when we get another show again. It's just weird, I would say starting about 2009, 2010, stuff started changing and getting weird. And then once COVID hit, not all the bars, but a lot of bars in the area, they changed. They changed from having bands 2 or 3 nights a week to, a Saturday band or a Friday band from like 6 to 9, if that. Yeah, all states hopefully will start to get back to normal. I mean, COVID's like, it's yesterday's news now, Yeah, there was I'm not going to name the name of the bar that was talking to, but they realized that, like, they had entertainment almost 5 nights a week between karaoke, trivia, bands, all types of stuff, let's say 3 or 5 nights a week. And once COVID hit, they obviously couldn't have entertainment. And before COVID, they were open till 2 a.m. no matter what, And they realized that they could open up later and close earlier and not have entertainment and still make enough money. Yeah, then it becomes a no-brainer. Yeah, except for I think they did start to add either Friday night or Saturday night entertainment again. Well, Friday and Saturday nights are the big big entertainment nights. I think my mic's on too high here. Let's see, back it down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Good grief. And this is Classic Radio Roundup, 27.115 on your AM radio dial.
It's 8:01.
Oh, I'm thinking it was later than that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I have to pen a email to a bunch of people, so I'm kind of sitting here keying up with one hand and trying to type with the other hand, which isn't a big deal because I don't know how to type anyway.
Yeah, I'm one of those two-finger typists. You know, I use the index finger on either hand and just back and forth. I used to be able to zip around pretty quick on a keyboard that way, but certainly isn't the most efficient, I guess.
It's funny because not all the time, but a lot of times I'll go to type something and I'll put my hand. I remember what do they call that? The home row. I remember the home row, but then when I actually have to start hitting buttons, I go to the hunt and peck.
Yeah, I can remember having a typing class when I was in 7th grade, and all of our typewriters had no letters on the keys, so you had to memorize where they all were. And by the end of the course, I was doing pretty good, but then years went by before I started typing again, and when computers came out, and so I kind of forgot most of that.
Yeah, I'm close to, I guess, one of the first generations that started having more computers in the school. Because I had typing class, and I forget what grade it was. I had a computer class, so I left regular school in my 11th grade year to go to the tech. So it had to have been 92 or 93.
Yeah, well, when I had my typing class, it was 1973. And we had our computer in high school. Maybe 5 years later was a teletype machine that was connected to one of the local colleges, and we were borrowing time on their mainframe. That was our idea of a computer back then. They didn't have. I think the TRS-80 was still maybe a year away, and there was microcomputer desktop computers weren't yet a thing.
Back then, those computers took up a whole room, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, even the small ones, small mainframes, they took up quite a bit of space, and they used quite a bit of power. We had in the night. I took a night course in 1982 at a local tech school and on computer programming, and they had a Burroughs something or other, and it took up a good portion of the room there, and it wasn't even a super duper system. It was a relatively small second-hand system that the school got a hold of for a good price.
Good evening.
Yeah, I got Bite Buster breaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to get in.
So no one has a copy on me? What the heck? Now I do. I didn't hear you breaking before. Anyway, did you ever see a disc set on those suckers, those mainframes? They're like, take like 578 records. That's one disc. And then there was maybe like 5 after that. And they all came on a big spindle that you drop down into the machine. Huge. remember when I worked at Knowles in East Greenville or Pennsford. I remember the computer rooms there. It was like on the set of a old sci-fi movie, with the where you could pick up the floor grates and all the wires were running down and had all these big spools spinning around.
Oh, the tape machine. Raised floor. That's a normal now. That's right. Data center's got that.
But it was funny because it was just one of those big white rooms that was really air conditioned.
Yeah, usually they pump the forced air for the air conditioning into the floor, and then they cut holes in the floor, where all the equipment racks are, and then the air forces right up through the equipment rack. Yo, who's calling me? I do indeed. You're giving me an 8. You're kicking ass and taking names. Yeah, what kind of walkie-talkie is it? Oh yeah, is it AM FM or just AM? That thing sounds good too. I mean, you can tell it's got some limiters going on, but the audio is beautifully clean. Sounds real good. Does that got one of them rubber ducks on it, or you got an extended antenna? Yeah, Train's in there. He probably can hear you too.
Yeah, you better believe it. I hear you, man. I wonder, do you hear me? That's nice. Good evening around the band. Train signing on. I was just getting set up. I heard Bike Buster out there knocking.
That's weird. I couldn't hear him. I thought I was leaving enough time in between keying.
Yeah, I'm having a real hard time hearing him tonight. It's right in my noise. I still have the beam a little too far to the south for him, but the wind keeps coming up, so I haven't moved it back.
Whoa, classic radio roundup.
Oh, it's about time.
Hello.
I hear the train, the joker, the bagger. Hey, it takes a long time to climb up from them longer wavelengths.
Can you hear JR on his walkie-talkie?
I don't hear JR. Hi, Pete.
Hiya, Wayne. If JR speaks, I don't know. I haven't heard him yet.
He just called for you. You didn't hear him?
No,
Oh, well. He's out in the front yard there with a walkie-talkie, and he's giving me like an 8 on the meter. Not doing bad.
Not making it here at my place.
No, I got some skipland noise in the background, so he ain't stronger than that.
Oh, well. He's only three and a half miles from me, so, he's on the hill, and I hear him. I don't even have the beam at him. So, and the train hears him. But I guess you're just a little too far away.
I think I'm 8 miles away, so that inverse square law is not working in his favor.
Now.
I don't hear him at all from my place.
Let me turn the preamp on. I think I just heard him. Was he in there? How about it, old JR? Where are you at?
He gave up. He went on in the house with it. Hello there, Wayne.
Hi, Steve.
How you making out, man?
I'm okay. I lost my water today. I think the pipes froze up. But I went to Landis and picked up two packs of water.
Oh, that's a bummer, man. So that means that you can't take showers and stuff.
That's correct. But I'll live.
Yeah, that's the problem with mobile homes. There's that space underneath there that's not insulated all that well, and you got to wrap the pipes with heat tape and plug it in there and keep that from happening.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You got to heat trace that stuff, or you're gonna have that, and hopefully they don't crack before it thaws and sprays out all over the place.
Yeah, I have my pipes are all wrapped with heat tape, and they were working fine until last night, and now I don't have any water. So I'm guessing I'll have to wait till the weekend and everything thaws out.
Spitfire, what you got humming in the background? Well, you can get yourself one of those, get a space heater or something and stick it underneath there where the pipes are.
Yeah, or keep your water running at a trickle all the time. It's my cold water heater.
Yeah, I usually leave the tap open so it like drips out, but this is nothing right now.
Now, hopefully you've got plastic, like PEX piping or something, so even if it freezes, it won't burst.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I have all plastic pipes, so even if they freeze, they shouldn't break. I had a copper pipe last year that broke, but I replaced it with the plastic. So once it falls out, I'm thinking I should be good.
Yeah, copper pipes are a no-no. They'll pop right open, but the plastic will expand a little bit, so you should hopefully be good.
Yeah, these pipes really aren't that old in this house, so it should, like I said, when I get to the weekend and we come up, the temperatures come up a little bit, I should be fine.
Yeah, tonight's going to be another bad one, but then I think it's going to slowly start to moderate a little bit. I think we'll be well above freezing on Saturday, but hopefully it falls out for you.
Audio break.
Yeah, got to -6 here overnight last night.
I think I'll be okay. I don't know. Time will tell.
Got to -6 degrees here overnight.
-6, wow.
That's right.
Because I think we got down to like 3 or 4 or something like that when I got up this morning. It went below 0 up the mountains, but I don't think it did that here.
I had -4 in my car when I left this morning. Another hour or two later, the wife left, and her car said -6.
Wow, got colder? Usually it gets colder right before daybreak.
I'm glad I paid the extra money to get the -10 degree heat exchangers installed at my place.
Yeah, I tell you, man, that's the only way.
Glad I got a wood stove.
Man, you'd have to leave. You would have to abandon that place.
Yeah, I thanking my wood stove during this mess.
Well, if I run into problems, I can go to my brother. He's only a quarter mile away.
You can always come over here, Wayne. Door's always open for you over here if you need a shower or something.
Thanks, Pete.
Oh, that's nice.
There you go, man. That's what brothers are for.
Yeah, the wife wouldn't care if you came over, not at all.
Well, I don't want to impose, but I appreciate the welcome.
I wouldn't be an imposition, man. I would hope that somebody'd be there for me if I was in a similar situation. So, yeah, I don't just looking out for you.
Yeah. The only problem with my water freezing is I can't flush the toilet. Well, I have bottled water here that like makes up for it.
Get yourself one of those containers and fill it up with snow from around the ground and let it melt, and then you just pour it in your toilet.
That's right.
I was thinking about that. Seriously.
Yeah, just get you a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket, fill it with snow, bring it in, let it melt, and use it to flush the toilet.
I'll flush it today with bottled water.
Yeah, but snow's free.
Bite Buster was trying to get with you, Pete.
Yeah, I heard him. I hear you, Bite Buster. Come on.
I just heard the noise in your background, so I said I'd let you know.
It's my cold water heater.
I don't hear it now.
Well, it's still running, but it does change its pitch. My cold water heater is a heat pump.
I know one thing. Good evening. It's cold out there. Enough of that nonsense.
It's cold outside, but it's 80 degrees in my radio room. I could sit here in my coochie shorts.
Like Steve.
My heat exchange is working very well. It's like 73 inside the house here for me. But no water.
I
like the walkie-talkie. It sounds good.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I was goofing around with it last night. I can boost the power up on it, but I don't want to because you put it on high. It does just about 4 watts now. But you can get in the menu and take it up. I don't know, you can get up around 7 or 8. But, you know how long the battery would last with that?
I'm surprised they let you do that, because that would violate FCC type acceptance.
Well, there's a secret way of getting into the service menu. It's not officially on there, but there's a way of getting into it.
Wow. So much for the days of getting a screwdriver out. Now you just need to be a computer programmer.
That's the truth. I like it. You don't have to take it apart. It has the audio, it has the modulation adjustment, the power adjustment for low and high, and there's a lot on it. It has a high cut, has box on it. Everything you can imagine is on that thing. It's kind of goofy.
And yet, it's a walkie-talkie.
Exactly. Yep, it's the walkie-talkie. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I can receive Pete, I receive you, I receive Joker indoor here with the rubber duck, and that's kind of weird. That's very rare for a walkie.
Well, I think I could do that with my realistic 5-watt. I could hear the locals pretty good on it. But, it all depends on how much noise it's picking up, too, because there's local noise generated here, and that kind of wipes people out.
Oh, that's the other thing. It has an A&L and a noise blanker on it, and it also has another compression thing for receive, too. It's another noise blanker filter on it. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty quiet, actually.
Wow.
And Bite Buster want to know who makes it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Bite Buster. Good evening. I know you're in there, but maybe I'm keying too fast. But yeah, it's a President Randy. It's made by President.
So that's strictly AM, huh?
That's correct. AM and FM. It has FM on it, too.
I have one of those President AM/FM radios.
Is it a handheld unit, Bite Buster?
No, it's a mobile, but not handheld.
Got another breaker out there.
Hey, Mr. Agitator, how you doing down there in Maryland? Are you getting this cold weather too down yonder there?
It was pretty rainy this morning, brother. It only made it up to 11.
Doggone, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it was, I think, 1 degree here when I woke up this morning. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to spring. I had all I can stand. I can't stand it no more. How about it?
How with you, brother? Hey, I want me a big lean antenna. I'm gonna put it up in a string.
Oh, wow, what'd you get?
I don't know. It's maybe. $300.
All right. Is it 3 element, 4 element? What kind of beam is it? I mean, what's it look like?
It's got 4.
All right, that's going to be a good deal. 4 element. Yeah, that will definitely help you out. You'll be able to hear us up here now. Oh, wow. Well, that's okay. That's a good radio. All right, agitator, listen, I'll let the guy say hi to you. Train will probably want to say hello to you because I know he hears you. But there might be a couple other ones in there might want to say hello to you. I don't want to hold it up. But thanks for the holler and the check-in there. Good to hear you, my friend. All right, take care. 73's agitator.
Hey, agitator, night train waving at you real quick. You go that quick?
Hey, agitator, night train's yelling for you.
Yeah, I was hearing them too.
I'll get back with you as soon as my heater turns off. My heater just got everybody off.
All right. Yeah, you heard him there, Train, right?
Yeah, he said his heater, once his heater turns on, he's done.
Yep, I heard him.
I couldn't hear him. He's off the side of the beam.
Yeah, he's down there in Rising Sun, Maryland.
Yep, he's making it up here all well and good.
He's going to be making it better, though. He puts that 4 element up.
Yeah, especially if he pointed directly at us, man, then he can join in.
He'll be able to see my picture then.
10-4. I thought that you were going after a walkie-talkie that has sideband there, JR.
Nothing out there. There's only one that's out there, Train, and they don't have good reports on it at all. It's junked. So I stayed away from it, and that was out from the UK.
Yeah, well, maybe the guy that gave the report was one of them kind, you know what I mean? They always have to have one that would give a bad report.
Oh, no, this wasn't one report. It was more than one. There were several people did a show on it or did a report on it, and it didn't have good reports at all from any of them.
Roger, well, I'm convinced.
But actually, I wanted to get one to replace the other one, but I needed one for when I'm out in the other room there working on something I can monitor a little bit. So yeah, I was looking for one for a while and gave up on the idea of sideband because I didn't think it was going to happen.
Shame Cherokee stopped making that one.
I would love to have one of them.
They're nice. I love those.
I heard a couple of them actually. Well, I heard one, and it was actually dead nuts on.
Yeah, I used one for a while. Piero had one, and he had me modify it to go out of band, and I used it for a couple of days, and yeah, it worked really well.
That's a shame. I've been looking, but they're not around. They're just not available. And, if you happen to run into one that's used and whatnot, they're asking such a goofy price.
Yeah, they're kind of rare now, so yeah, they get a premium price. They get yellow table prices.
Well, what's everybody running for Classic Radio Roundup?
I'm running my Lafayette Comstat 25.
Roger, I'm on my Lafayette Comstat 35.
Woohoo!
And, I'm on my RCI 2995.
On Classic Radio Roundup.
SBE Trinidad.
Damn, 4.
There's a good choice.
What about you, Joker?
My TRC 427.
Damn, 4.
With the stuck meter.
This one looks like it's moving tonight. He usually hangs around 3 for a long time, and then eventually, you know, from up and down, it kind of frees up a little. Looks like it's sitting on 1 right about now. Oh, just dropped down. Now it's working.
There you are.
Yeah, see, it needs a little adjustment.
Spanking.
Just flick it.
That's how my Utica radio is. It's stuck for half the night, and then it frees up and works the rest of the night.
Yeah, the thing is, I was looking at the gate, and the meter wasn't working on receive, but every time you'd key up, it would work.
Yeah, that's weird.
So the meter wasn't stuck. It wasn't a physical thing. It had something to do with the S-meter circuit. You know, whatever was feeding it was you had a bad connection or something.
Yeah, there's probably components going out of tolerance in that circuit. Because it did start working later on.
Yeah, something restored.
Yeah, it needed some airtime, man. It needed to marinate.
That's a good sound and receiver on that thing. I like that radio.
Oh, the Utica?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a tube radio. I mean, that right there, raises the bar.
Speaking of Utica, talked to somebody tonight up in Utica, New York on 160 with my 35 watts.
Yeah, I heard you in there talking to Chucky for a bit. You guys are coming in really well tonight, like S8. I think you were maybe a little stronger than that.
With my 35 watts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the band was in really good shape tonight.
Where was 507? Was he absent today, or was he just happened to be not talking?
He was conspicuously absent.
Well, sometimes people have other things to do.
It happens.
Yeah, life gets in the way sometimes.
I hate it when life gets in the way of playing radio.
Yeah, I was grateful that they postponed the job tonight. I'm like, yes. Although I probably would have made it because it was the same place as last week that we failed, so we were going to give it a second try. So I probably would have been here anyway, but at least I'm not going to be dead tired or anything.
Yeah, I was not expecting you to be on tonight. And then as I was setting up the video gate and I was still on a medium wave there, I'm like, oh, Bagger's going to be in there tonight. I hear you.
Yeah, you never know when I'll be there. I'm dealing with people that are not always, the most professional. Sometimes they just have too many things going on.
Hey, none of us are professionals on 160.
Well, no.
You mean on a job, though, right, Bagger?
Yeah.
All of us on 160 are amateurs. Ha ha.
That's right. Amateur radio operators.
So this Comstat 35 sound all right?
It could use a little bit more mic gain, but other than that, it sounds okay.
All right, how about if I hit that little range boost? That make it better?
That makes it a lot more better.
Dang, 4?
Yeah, that's way better.
That's why it's a boost, man.
I thought that was for if you way out in the distance, like JR was with that walkie-talkie.
No, that's how they sold it. Range boost. You could get extra power, but reality was you were weak without it, and you were like normal with it.
Yeah, it's just kicking up your modulation to normal.
For
It's like a mic gain with 2 positions.
yeah, high and low.
Yeah, my Cobra 98, it has the same switch, but they call it Dyna Boost.
Yeah, because it's patented, man. Dyno Boost, bye-bye.
Dyno Boost is dynamite.
Yeah, Dyna Boost. Hey, Bite Buster, no more noise in my background? Where'd he go?
Might have lost Bike Buster.
Oh, no.
Well, anyway, my cold water heater shut off, so it should be quiet now.
That's a good thing.
So who's water gating?
Me?
Me?
Dang, 4.
You got stereo gates, man.
Yeah, play them back in synchronization. That'd be interesting.
Wow. That would be bizarre. Link them up and put them on headphones and have one on one side and one on the right, like left and right. And have one just a slight bit ahead of the other, and you'll get like an echo.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing the walkie-talkie has. It has an echo and Roger beeps.
Oh, good Lord.
And both of them you could get rid of.
Oh no. Aye.
What kind of walkie-talkie is that?
It's a President Randy too.
Randy with the Roger beep. Jeez, and it's got an echo in it. Good Lord. And it's FCC, supposed to be FCC type accepted. Yeah, is it say President Randy FCC?
And that is correct. President Randy 2 FCC. But the echo is also in the service menu.
Oh, it's not a user accessible control, huh?
That's right.
There never was a president called Randy. So how did they get away with that?
Well, I don't know, but I was just letting you know it was in there. It has a lot of features in it. It has a lot of crazy stuff in it. It really does. It's impressive, I guess.
That's not to say we haven't had some presidents that have been Randy, but we've never had a President Randy, only Randy presidents.
I think that that super secret squirrel menu is probably there to configure other versions of that that's not FCC. You know, if it's for export use out of the country, you could probably run it at 6, 7 watts with the echo on and the Roger beep and yeah.
Well, they say this was made for the States. I was watching it on YouTube. They said the Randy 2 was made for the United States. They have a Randy 3 is for the UK. That one's out now, but that's not here in the States.
No, but I bet you the Bike Buster's still trying to get in there. Figured differently with the little menu.
I thought that was Mayhem.
That was what?
What's that guy, Rising Sun, Mayhem or something?
Oh, Agitator.
That's it. I think that was Agitator breaking.
Yeah, that's me. Hello, Agitator. Night Train trying to wave at you before your heater come back on.
Yeah, you got that right. That daggone heater, man. It does a good job, but it just shuts this radio down real quick. Hey, I got a question for you guys. On 2995 DX, it was working real good, and it comes on, I can hear it, but it won't let me talk to anybody anymore. You think the finals got burned out of it?
Oh no, I hope you don't have the MOSFETs. Do you have the MOSFETs? Do you know?
Come back.
What kind of finals do you have in yours? Is that the one with the MOSFETs? Is that the latest one?
No, this one's 5 years older.
All right, yeah. Maybe one of the guys can answer that. Maybe JR can answer that.
What do you think, JR?
Is it just, what is it, the DX HP or is it just a DX?
It's just a DX. I took it down to the CD shop and had it cleaned and everything, and it worked for a week, and now I came.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I don't know if that has the MOSFETs in it or not. The DX, that might have 2290s in it. I'm not sure. I'm not real sure. But yeah, it might be something. It could be the finals. I mean, you weren't running high SWRs or anything, right?
1.2.
You can't beat that. I mean, that's good. I don't know. Well, you're going to have to take it down to your buddy down there. What is it, Ken? You got a guy named Ken down there now?
Correct. I don't have to worry about setting.
What's that?
This new beam I'm going to put up, the factory sets the SWRs, and they told me don't touch it. Oh, wow, that's awesome. No fair. All right, I'll let you guys get back. You guys have a good one. I'll be on the side.
Hey, agitator, you got a CB shop down that way there. I don't know. There's a guy named Ken down there. I forget what the actual place is called. You ever hear of him?
There comes that heater again. I'll get back to you as soon as that heater shuts off.
10-4. All right, catch you later. I'm standing by.
Is that place the Gilch used to work at? Is that CB shop? That's still down there, Rising Sun. Is that the one we're talking about?
I don't know. It's the 123 and Goose is talking about all the time. His name's Ken, but I'm not familiar with the shop.
That one on Route 3?
Yeah, at the truck stop there in Rising Sun.
Yeah, he's him. Ken. He's the guy that Gilch used to work for.
That's what I was asking, if that's the same place. It sounds like it is.
I think so.
Could be. It could be.
I was there once or twice. I forget why, but I was there.
Is it an actual CB shop, or is it just a truck shop? It's a truck stop.
No, it's an actual, or it was an actual CB shop where they worked on radios. I don't know how deep a work they did, but they did mods and channel expansion and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, 10-4, I don't know. I'll have to ask Goose, I don't know, or 123. He was down there recently, actually. When I say recently, within the last 4 months.
Yeah, last time I was down there, the Gilch still worked there, and that was in the late 90s. Yeah, somewhere around the late 90s.
I think it was probably more like the mid-90s.
Well, sometime before he passed away. Good old log splitter. I bought my first CB Linear from him.
The Gilch?
Yeah, it was a Boomer 150 with two MRFs in it. I think there were 454s or 455s, something like that.
Your basic 120 watt peak amplifier.
Yeah, that's right. Boomer 150, but it had MRFs in it.
What's an MRS?
Motorola radio frequency transistors.
That's right. I tell you what, I think they're good amplifiers.
Then later I got, I believe it was an M450. I thought I bought it from Wayne. I'm not sure if it was Wayne or Steve, but it was an M450. And I think that had 4 of those MRFs in it.
Yeah, 460 watters.
It's called a M Messenger 450.
Messengers are good amps. Aren't they Class A, B? Yes, well, the ones I've seen are, yeah.
Yeah, mine was good on clean on sideband. It wasn't Class C, I know that.
Yeah, they're all biased. They were well made. That was before Fat Boy. Yeah. Yeah, the one I've got here, it's all shut. It's all tore apart. It used to belong to old 05, and you know what happened there. It's got 2879s in it. I mean, one of them's bad. The others I'm not sure of, but if they're any good, I figure I can use them for spare parts. Yeah, well, if it was at 05s, it had to be tested. See
how long it'll last.
Yeah, and then when it blows up, you know.
You kick it to the curb, spend more money, and buy another one to run it through the test.
What the hell's he doing? You think maybe he got anything back?
You mean like his brain?
Yeah, like a semblance or something. I mean, you know, a little memory every now and then.
I have no idea. I had no contact. Every now and then I squat on his sister's faceplant page and you know, and then she'll post pictures of little family get-togethers, and he'll be in them, and you know, he's always you know, sticking his thumbs up in every picture. You know, I think he's reliving his childhood.
You mean sticking it up like 2 thumbs up?
Yeah, you know, like yeah.
Trying to make it look like it's still going.
Breaker. Yeah, he's still doing breaking now. And you know, he's got a fishing pole in his hand, or he's in the pool splashing around with his nephews or whatever. You know.
10-4, you got a breaker bagger.
I do.
Go ahead out there, break.
Yeah, Mr. Kilowatt just checking in on tonight. How you all doing?
Hello, Mr. Kilowatt. Night train opening the door for you. Come on in.
Well, he says there, night train, Mr. K.
Hey, so what's going on? Did they shut the doors completely, or are they still selling parts and scrap?
No, I really don't know. I haven't talked to him in a few days.
Hey, Roger.
As far as I know, he was supposed to shut the doors on the 26th.
What's today's date?
22nd. Hello, Mr. K. Spitfire 441 waving.
What do you say there, Spitfire? How y'all been?
I'm in here staying warm by the wood stove, playing radio. Better than being outside with a walkie-talkie in your front yard.
I don't know. That will only take about 2 minutes for me.
You got a grower set. How you doing, Mr. K? The whole JR saying hello.
How's it going there, J.R.? Yeah. Hey, I need to go outside. I'm married twice. Come on.
You're bound to lose something.
Roger on that.
Every time's the charm.
Yeah, 2 times the charm will never happen again.
It's either 3rd time's the charm or 3 strikes and you're out. Take your pick.
I guess I'm going to have to plead the 5th on that one.
Well, you plead the 5th, I'll drink it.
How you doing, God? I don't know if you got a copy on Joker here. Hey, Joker, how are you, man? I'm doing good. Good, man. You sound good up here. Yeah, Roger on that. You sound good here. Up there, man, I'm going in for the night. I just called in to check in and see how everybody was doing. So y'all have a good night.
See you, Mr. K.
See ya, Mr. K. Thanks for checking in on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Catch you later there, Mr. K. Keep warm, brother. Catch ya.
Hey, Kilowatt, what radio did you run for Classic Radio Roundup?
Yeah, she's not a classic. She would be the 2990.
All right, yeah, you on it, huh?
Yeah, Roger on that train.
Hanging for.
Oh, shucks.
What, bagger?
No more classics.
Well, we got about 4 classics in here for Classic Radio Roundup.
I have one classic radio. It's an old Robin, and I don't think she works.
Get her out one of these days and give her a shot. See if she'll fire up.
Yeah, I'll get out to get the dust mop out. We'll try it someday.
Hanging for.
Hey, Roger on that. You'll have a good night. Long day ahead.
All right, Kilowatt. Yeah, Bagger, I was wondering if this one would sound as good as the 44425.
It's probably close. I'd have to listen to them side by side to give you a proper comparison.
I was thinking about firing that 25A up. Actually, I was really thinking about the Robin Yellowbird, the Boyd.
The Boyd, huh? Yeah, you got the Boyd.
Man, I'm glad you was able to make it tonight.
I'm glad I was able to make it tonight.
I tried for you earlier, man. That hockey puck came in here and we chatted a little bit.
And then you fell asleep again.
No, I think he had duty calls.
You know, he was there and then you weren't.
I don't know if it was his phone or just what.
Yeah, probably, you know.
I felt duty bound to run a video gate tonight, thinking Bagger wasn't going to make it.
You mean you wouldn't run the video game if I was here?
No. If I'd known you were going to hear, I might have not showed up at all.
Oh no!
I'm tired, man. I got up too early this morning. I woke up at 4:00 this morning, couldn't sleep anymore. And then the dogs realized I was awake, said, "Oh, you're awake. You can give us breakfast now."
That was a nice double.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was just asking you, what was you going to do, be up on 160?
I was up on 160 earlier.
And you had to come down here just to be with us. Oh, such a bummer.
Yeah, it's a long climb from that frequency to this frequency.
Yeah.
Flip one switch, flip another switch.
It's something like 25 megacycles away.
2 different radios, 2 different antennas, 2 different switches.
You make it sound so easy.
Because it is.
Yeah, I could do them both at the same time without one interfering with the other, too.
Yeah, that's right. It's not like, you're running the same radio. You had to, dial all the way up and retune and adjust your plate and load and, the antenna tuner. And that would have been pain.
Well, if I wanted to put the multi-LMAC here tonight, which I can do, that would have had to have all been done.
Yeah, but you didn't have to do that.
I would have had to shifted to the band selector, load, plate, and grid, tune that all up, switch to the proper antenna, then bring my receiver up on band. Yeah, that would have been some effort.
Yeah, so thankfully you have another radio to use.
That's not to say that the LMAC won't make an appearance here ever again.
No, it's been here before.
Travels a lot further on that band. Utica, New York, like a neighbor.
You see, we couldn't talk to Utica with the Utica.
I was thinking that too. Except they weren't made in Utica. I think they were made in Michigan or somewhere like that.
I thought they were made in Utica, hence the name.
Nope, that's why I can't figure out why they call them Utica, because they weren't made in New York.
That was a double.
There it is. Utica Communications Corporation, 5055 North Kedzie Avenue, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago.
I tell you what, the Ithaca shotguns are made in Ithaca, New York.
Yeah, but the Utica CB radios are made in Chicago, Illinois.
Maybe Utica is some kind of Indian name, and they just wanted to name it that.
Well, there was a history of Utica somewhere on somebody's website. Imagine we could look it up, find out, how the company started and where the company started and why they chose that name. I'm sure that's mentioned somehow.
I do believe that Train's probably on to something there. It is an Indian name.
Yeah, a lot of places, even that place where Bagger have his boat. That's an Indian name.
Well, sure. A lot of that in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Schuylkill River, for instance.
Yeah, Susquehanna, Wallenpaupack, you know, a lot of Indian names.
The Schuylkill River.
The Schuylkill Distress Right.
They like those Indian names, man. People like that kind of stuff. They don't want to be no Indian, though.
You gotta hit your boost button.
I know, I was just trying a different microphone to see what happened.
It ain't happening.
Yeah, Roger. I got one more to try.
Schwenksville is not an Indian name. It's named after Jacob Schwenk, an early settler.
That's right.
Although there are Schwenkfelder churches around, and I've never been able to establish if the Schwenkfelder church is any relation to that.
Never know.
Alright, how's this one right here? This one any better?
Sounds like a stock mic.
It is. It's the one that come with the radio.
Doesn't sound bad.
No, it don't. That's better than what you had on.
Definitely the stock mic for the radio.
JR won. Whoever doubled with him lost.
Sounds like a stock mic.
Sounds better than a stock mic.
Nah, sounds like a stock mic. Just not an undermodulated stock mic.
Maybe the Trinidad is making it sound better than it should.
Is that music in the background, or is that actually your hearing problem there?
No, that's some kind of skip land or something kind of noise. It's just I can't identify what it is, but it ain't the tinnitus.
Bush boogie, baby.
All right. I didn't think it was. I didn't know what the heck it was. I still don't know what it was.
Alright, so I'm back, guys.
I hear it, but I can't quite identify what it is. I'm hoping it goes away.
And you're right. You are back.
Dang, 4. What a little D104 won't do. Is that what you're running on yours, Bagger, a D104?
Yep. Silver Eagle.
I'm running a super sidekick.
I got an Expander 500.
Dang, 4 and that expander 500.
D104.
So that means that JR switched to a classic radio.
No, it don't. I got the Expander on the RCI. That's where it's always been.
Oh, all right. I thought that that expander was hooked up to that other radio that you have that I like.
Trinidad? No, I always run the turn +2 on that one.
No, not the Trinidad. There's another one.
Oh no, the other one that's out in the shop.
What's the name of that radio?
Channel Master, I think, or Channel Commander, or something like that.
Yeah, Channel Master, I think it was. What's happening? Something wrong with it?
No, I just don't have no room in here for it. Something had to go.
Gotta stack 'em high, baby. Stack 'em high.
Yeah, but I don't like looking up. It starts hurting my neck.
10-4.
Just got to get a higher chair.
It's Oh, the high chair.
Oh, God. That's bringing back memories.
Well, it looked like the noise level calmed down.
Did for a second, and then it came back.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's actually pretty noisy. I don't know what that noise is, but it's getting interesting.
Yeah, it was there, and then you made the comment about it, and then it went away for a couple transmissions, and the same noise, whatever it is, came back, and it's like kind of annoying, but thankfully it's not strong.
I'll be back, guys.
10-4.
Appreciate the warning.
Now, where's the music coming from? Is that part of it?
It sounds to me like it's not music, just a bunch of different tones, or I don't know what it is. Like I'm trying to blame it on Skipland or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, almost sound like bells. Do you hear the bells?
Maybe you got bats in your belfry.
You know, that's what I was going to say, but you're a little bit faster than this old guy.
Oh, you know Sandbagger and his word games.
Yeah, well, you know, I have to apologize for my crazy, or I should say, the crazy conduct last week. That was really my evil twin, Dirtbagger.
What did you do, Bagger?
What?
What did you do?
I was just getting a little rowdy. Because I was being egged on by Green Dog, so I could probably blame him a little bit. But yeah, that would be kind of lame.
Sandbagger was doing a throwback to the late '90s when he was being his old silly self.
Hey, boy, that man gonna come to your front door, man.
He got his wallet out and whipped out his medical card.
Well, yeah, I was accused of playing the medical card.
Your evil twin, Dirtbagger. Ah.
Yeah.
Got it, Dirtbagger. You in there, break?
Yeah. Well, we was just out there plowing the dirt, but it doggone snowed yesterday, and I can't see the dirt anymore, so I can't plow it.
You just have to wait.
You gotta wait until tomorrow. That's when it's supposed to get the sun coming out again.
I reckon.
Yeah. I'll be fixing to fix it.
I'm finna go do something now.
Damn, I think the pipeline opened up to Kentucky.
Kentucky? They got snow down there.
They got snow in Pensacola, Florida, and down there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah. Somebody I know in Alabama posted a picture. They got 6 inches.
I saw a video of people having snowball fights on Bourbon Street. And then I saw another good one in Georgia. Dude was cruising around in the snow in his airboat.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a video where it was in Florida because I could see the palm trees. He was driving down the street with his tractor pulling 2 guys on knee boards in the snow.
Well, you know, your airboat could go through the swamps, and it's also good for snow.
Yeah, that's what I call making the best of a bad situation.
Those boys ain't used to the cold weather, though. I mean,
They had snow at my mom's house in Jacksonville.
Yeah, they didn't get too much there because a lot of it turned to rain by the time we got to Jacksonville.
My stepfather took a picture of his driveway. They got a dusting.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, my mom probably made them fire up their wood stove. They actually have one in their house.
Yeah, for that, once or twice a year you might need it.
Once or twice every 5 years. And I was like, oh, you guys think you're cold? We were at -6 last night, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, well, to them, what they went through was just as cold.
Yeah, well, my mom starts crying that it's cold once it gets below 55.
Yeah, exactly. It's all what you're used to.
Oh, well, I don't care how long I'm in -6. I ain't never getting used to it.
No. That just sucks on levels that we can't even comprehend at this point.
But to be honest, like, I don't think I could tell the difference between 6 and -6. I really don't think I could tell the difference.
You just get colder quicker.
I'm already cold quick at 6.
Yeah.
My car makes good heat. And rarely, like once the heater's heating, I roll the thermostat back. Not today.
Yeah, it's the same thing with my truck. I took the truck to the store, because I don't want to get the car all full of salt and crap. So and the truck heater kicks butt, man. But yeah, I had to keep it on high today.
I had to wear a coat inside the boiler room today. I'm like, this is just wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, because usually you'd think the boiler would be throwing off enough heat that,
That's the only heat we have in the boiler room is the actual boilers. No actual heaters. That's the problem when it's this cold.
Yeah, you don't want your boilers to freeze.
Kind of hard to freeze when there's a 2,000-degree flame inside of it.
That's right. I got Radio Cat and Radio Bob. Radio Bob he keeps sitting here wanting me to invite him up, but he won't come when I call him. He's being weird tonight.
That guy that was in there tonight with us on 160, he's a bachelor, and he's got himself a Radio Cat.
You gotta have a Radio Cat, man. They sit there real nice, and once in a while they'll speak up. You can have a radio dog too, I guess. But usually dogs won't sit still for too long.
Miniman would. He'd sit right under your feet, and wherever you're sitting, he's sitting.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, my dog does not like to come upstairs. I bring her up here, I coax her up here, she'll sit for like 2 minutes and run right back downstairs again.
Must be afraid of heights.
I don't let Miniman come down the steps no more. He's got his arthritis. He can come down, but he can't get himself back up.
Oh, that's no fun. You need to put an elevator in for him.
Yeah, so I just don't let him in the basement anymore.
You need to get him one of those those electric chair lifts, he can ride on that.
Yeah, well, he has to ride on me because I don't have one. I just don't let him down here anymore.
Oh, he probably misses it.
Nah, he's got Mama to hang out with.
Ah, yes. She's got the treats. Radio Bob is sitting on my lap now. Maybe he'll settle in and be happy. Nope, he's on my shoulder. There we go. Now I feel like a pirate again.
Does he settle in there up on your shoulder?
Yeah, he likes to climb up on my shoulder and lay. So that's where he's going to be for now. As long as he doesn't dig his claws into my shoulder, I'm happy. And then it got quiet.
Not in my receiver.
Well, if you want to count the S3.5 noise level I have, it's not quiet. But...
Well, I got noise, but it's not a noise level. It's distant transmissions.
Same here. No signal, but hearable.
Yeah, I don't know if they're playing music or they're heterodyning on each other. I can't quite figure out what it is that's going on, but it's out there.
Yeah, sometimes I'm kind of inclined to agree with Train. Sometimes it does sound like music, though, when it gets a little bit brighter.
Yeah, all three of us usually hear kind of the same thing.
Yeah, my needle's not dropping below 3.5. It's sitting there. Right? That's my ambient static level, I guess.
That's my noise level on 160 meters tonight was an S3.
On 160 meters, I get like an S6. And people give me S8s and S9 signals, so there's not a lot of signal or noise there.
Yeah, I got a 3, and they give me 30 and 40 and 50 dB over.
Yeah, I'm almost scared. If I ever put up an efficient antenna for 160, I'll probably get an S9 noise level.
Yeah, but then you'll hear everybody at 30, 40, 50 over.
Hopefully, everybody. But yeah, there's something in this area that generates noise, and I don't know if it's internet nonsense or what somebody's got. But I'm waiting for some night when I'm by the radio and the power goes off in the neighborhood. I want to see if I'll hook up the radio on a battery backup and see if the noise level goes away.
That Billy over there in Jersey's got some fancy, I don't know, SDR radio or whatever. He said I was giving him 50, my signal to noise ratio was 53 dBm. I think that's what he said.
Well, now dBm would have been the signal level. Signal to noise ratio would have just been in dB.
That's what he said. Signal to noise of 53 dB.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good. Because you really only need about 10 dB to quiet a receiver, and anything over that is gold.
I think that's pretty good with that 35 watts of carrier. That just amazes me. I think that balanced line tuner in my antenna, like it's complete efficiency or whatever. Everything I'm making is going out.
Yeah, it seems to be helping. Of course, you're 10 dB less than you were with the DYY, but maybe you don't really need that much power. But did you send that thing away yet?
Yeah, I sent it out yesterday.
Do you have to contact him first, or you just blindly send it?
I emailed him and said it's on its way. Last time I waited for him to respond. This time I just emailed him and said it's on its way and put it in the mail.
Did he respond?
Not yet, but I imagine he will.
Yeah. It's a shame he's so, tight to the vest on things. He doesn't like to discuss the inner workings of the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on because I know for certain I ain't doing nothing wrong, especially this time. So what the heck?
Like I said, you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing everything you can, but there's some kind of gremlins there. I don't know what it is. Spikes in your power line? I don't know. But there's just something weird in your basement.
Chucky said he never had that. Nothing happened with his like that ever.
No. And what are you doing differently than Chucky's doing?
Absolutely nothing at this point.
Right. So why would yours, unless yours was all built with crappy parts and, when he replaced one thing, see the thing, that would be helpful if he would have told you what happened, the first time. And it'll be interesting to see if the same thing happened this time, or whether it's something different. And if it's the same part this time, you got to wonder about the robustness of that part, that it can go out again, unless he's just got a bad batch somewhere and he's going through a bad batch of parts, and maybe when he gets a new batch of parts, it'll be better.
I'm seriously thinking about when it's repaired, just moving it along, taking that money and add more money and just buy a nice big steel tube amplifier. I'm seriously thinking about it.
Yeah, well, you just gotta be careful. You want to get a decent amplifier, but you want to be able to, you want to use it on AM, and most of these amplifiers that they're making now are designed for sideband, and running with a full carrier tends to overheat them, and sometimes you got to do some modifications to it to knock the bias down a little bit, and push it a little bit closer to Class C, so that the tube doesn't make as much heat.
Yeah, well, the DIY was supposed to answer all that and make it work for me and then solve all my problems. And now I gotta, think about what it is I really want to do or what I'm willing to put up with.
Yeah. It's a mystery, and that's the frustrating part about it, because, it's one thing if you do something and you realize what it is you do and you go like, oh, but when it's something, you're just operating nice and there's no trips, no bad SWR, everything's hunky-dory, and then something happens. How can that be?
Yeah, I got a 1.02 to 1 SWR, and I checked it after that went just to be sure. 1.02 to 1, and it hadn't changed. And I'm operating it at just under the full power. I was running at 350 watts carrier and throwing it back and forth with Dave, and everything's been good for the last, I have it for a month. I only use it for an hour or two twice a week. It's not like I'm taxing the crap out of it or anything or doing something stupid or silly. And my transmission line is fine. My SWR is fine. I'm not operating out of its claimed limits. And right in mid-transmission, whoop, goodbye.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's freaking annoying.
And that's just, as I say, if we knew what was blowing out, he would have told you, and we had a diagram, a schematic of the thing, and we might be able to put together a plausible theory as to what's going on, but we're completely in the dark on this thing.
Yeah, I got a block diagram.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
No, I know, but that's what I got.
Yeah, well.
I think there's an interconnection diagram between the modules, but there's no, actual schematic.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine he would have patented that design if it's a unique design or something, but I don't know what he's afraid of. In the past, when you're dealing with hams that are, building stuff and, they're selling product, they're usually pretty forthcoming about, this, that, and the other thing because, they want to, get everybody on board and they want to be, accepted and, goodwill and all that.
In fact, that guy in Utica tonight was running a DIY. I asked him, and he ain't had no problems. Chucky wasn't running his tonight, but I did ask him, and he ain't had no problems. It's like, why did I get the lemon?
Yeah, that's what I say. It's either one of two things. Either he made yours with a batch of substandard parts, or there's some gremlins in your basement.
Why do I get to be so lucky?
Mr. Murphy loves you.
Yeah, well, I wanted to repeal Murphy's Law some years ago. Can we make that happen now?
I don't know. Ask Trump. Maybe he'll repeal it.
Yeah, let me write to Donald Trump. Repeal Murphy's Law. I so wanted to be happy with that rig. And I kind of was the second time around. All right, okay, one failure. Okay, these things can happen. The second time, now I'm annoyed.
I'm also curious about that little snap that happened, right after you got it back. And I forget if you said you saw a little wisp of smoke or something. I don't know, but something snapped. But then it kept right on playing.
I saw the snap. I saw a flash. And yeah, and that was right after, that was the first, I fired it back up after getting it back right away. And I'm like, all right, are you kidding me? But then it kept right on playing. But then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking this is a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, it finally went off.
Like, why would it have done that snap? Right after it came back from repair. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And that's the thing, you don't know what that snap was. Did something arc? Did like some high voltage build up on something and it just arced? Or did a component arc or fail? Did a disc capacitor let go? Who knows?
Yeah, well, that's the great unknown. But it kept on working, so I just kept my fingers crossed.
Yeah, just weird.
Yeah, it is. And it's annoying, and it's an expensive annoyance. That's the problem. It wasn't like, yeah, well, I'm out $100. No, I'm out quite a bit more.
Yeah, it costs you $100 just to ship it.
Yeah, the wife says, what did you send in the mail? Yeah. Dear, yeah, my radio blew up again. You mean that one you just bought? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, don't rub it in. Don't make me feel worse. Not that often I spend that kind of coin on a radio. Last time I did it was when the Kenwood 480HX blew up. I was forced into buying a new transceiver, and that was the Yazoo. But that's been fine. That was money well spent.
You better knock on wood or do something.
I love my Yazoo. It just sounds like crap on AM.
Well, modern solid-state rice box.
Yeah, but them 7300s seem to sound pretty good. I hear a lot of them on AM.
Yeah. There are a handful of radios that do an all right job. But, sometimes you just don't know until you find out. It's like, well, let me kick the tires on all these radios. Which one sounded good on AM? What do you mean AM?
Kenwood 480 sounded good on AM.
Yeah, my 706 doesn't do a bad job on AM. Yeah, that's an interesting modulation circuit in that thing.
Yeah, JR's 706 sounds good on AM. In fact, when I was camping, I used it on AM talking to a guy in New Hampshire, and he said it sounded great. Yeah, here from my campground.
The old AMer on in the mountains.
Are you on the walkie-talkie on the outside antenna?
Yes, I am.
Ah, sounds good. Sounds like a walkie-talkie, but with a lot better signal.
Hey, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, the audio is a little narrow on it, but it sounds good otherwise.
Yeah, this is on low power, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get in there and boost the audio a little bit, I don't know if there's a way to do that, but it's not bad. But like Pete said, it's kind of flat, but it's clean.
Believe it or not, I can hear him too. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know how close you got to be to the walkie-talkie to make it operative anyway. I mean, I was talking about maybe 8 to 10 inches away from it.
Yeah, you can hear the limiters kicking in, so it's doing that. I don't know if it'll do 100% or not. Usually they tend to set those things a little bit conservatively, and you get 75, 85%.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, he's on the walkie-talkie, but he's on his big antenna. Probably running power too.
He's giving me 20 over.
Well, yeah, but I'm going through my 2 pill.
Yeah, I figured you were running more than walkie-talkie power. It's hard to give S-meter readings on this Trinidad meter.
Yeah, that's a bugger.
Everybody gives it like half scale or a little bit more, and then or you don't move it at all.
Yeah, that's kind of the way mine is. S7s, S8s, and it swings back to S7,
Tell you what, you set the receive up on this here with all the filter and all they got. This thing's very quiet, but it hears everything. I don't know. It's kind of unique.
You turn off the 2-pill?
Yeah, I did. I'm flat-foot now.
That's 10 over. That's not bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just still half scale here. I really couldn't tell any difference other than a little less meter movement.
Well, here you go. Here's a 3/4 watt transmission there. We were on 7 watts, or I'm sorry, about 6 watts. So now we're down to 3/4 of a watt.
3/4 of a watt. It's no less signal.
You were 10 over. Now you're 9.5. You're 5 over.
Well, there you go. Woohoo!
It's where antenna.
Well, can you hear me with 100 milliwatts?
I do.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I just flipped the switch on the back of the radio. 100 milliwatts.
Oh yeah, now you're 1/4 scale on my Trinidad meter.
You got one of those switches on the back of yours, Bagger?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's legal for the unlicensed.
Once upon a time, they thought so.
I'm going to try mine completely barefooted, see if it works.
Do you have the 100 milliwatt switch?
Now I want to know, can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
I hear you.
Oh my God. It worked. It's working, driver.
What do you got, a 100 milliwatt switch?
Yeah, because I'm on my 444. That has a 100 milliwatt switch.
Oh yeah, I hear you fine.
Wow.
You're giving me S7.
Get out of here.
Yeah, S7.
I wonder can that 100 milliwatt switch drive the little, I bet you it can't. It can't. I know it can't.
No, it won't drive mine.
Yeah, but it's interesting that we have it. We can go on it down low. It's lower than an earthworm.
Yeah, down low.
JR, are you down low?
Yeah, I guess at 3/4 watt. So you guys are putting out less than I am, but I can only go down to 3/4 of a watt.
So what's 10 dB off of 4 watts? Is that 400 milliwatts?
Yep.
All right, I can play this game. Hang on.
He's gonna plug in. He's gonna plug in one of them attenuators.
10 dB attenuator, that'd be 400 milliwatts, which is still 6 dB more than I'm putting out at 100 milliwatts.
Classic radio, roundup goes mud ducking.
That's right.
That's actually a theme we have, barefoot night. Everybody runs barefoot. On receive?
Yes, sir. I don't know how it's going on output, but it sounds wholesome coming in, whereas the Comsat 35 sounds a little shattery, little bit, overdriven or something in the receive stage.
I'm not surprised by that. The 444 is a more, it's a better design. It's got, it's the higher class version.
400 milliwatt countywide radio.
S6.
Ha ha ha. Wow. Yeah, 400 milliwatts.
I got a good signal on you. It ain't no F6, but it's a great signal, 10-4.
Yeah, well, I figured they were going to play this game. I want to try and play this game too.
You know what? It makes me wonder why we all got to run all this power all the time.
I hear you fine, Pete.
Yeah, it's a little less than half a watt.
Well, it's probably...
I hear you, no problem.
They are.
What'd you say, Train? Wayne walked over you.
It's probably because we want to reach out farther, like Conowango Dam, and
You know what the problem with the 10 dB pad is? It kills my receiver 10 dB.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, but I got the preamp going, so, it's not killing me too bad.
So you can still hear me at 100 milliwatts?
Yes, I can still hear you. Like, what is that? Like an S2 or an S3, but yeah.
That's funny.
Tiger, what you got on me right now?
I'm back again.
Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2.
You're S7 right now. 10-4.
All right, now, hello there, Rooster. What is it now, Bagger?
Just a tad over S9.
All right, see, so that's the 5 watts. So I got an S9 barefooted over here.
Yeah, a little bit over. That's 12 dB.
10 Roger. Hello there, Rooster. I don't know if you hear me or not.
Oh, I hear you.
Hey, Rooster, you hear this half a watt countywide radio?
I hear it countywide.
Yeah, 400 milliwatts.
Old JR and his walkie-talkie.
Oh, I got my lips cut off.
That's one good sounding walkie-talkie, JR.
What are you saying? It's smooth.
Yeah, I got this train approved.
Oh, no, anything but that.
Yeah.
Oh no. We have a negative opinion of train approved here? Oh no, that can't be so.
Well, JR wants to be, loud and proud.
Oh, he wants to be a down-getter.
And for it.
All you do is smile.
It is train approved, no doubt.
There I am. There I'm on 4 watts, type accepted, Class D Citizens Band radio service power.
Yeah, me too. Or whatever they allow you. What is it? 5 watts in, 4 out.
4 watts. Well, it's 5 watts input power in the old method. 4 watts of the new method.
It just goes to show you don't really need a lot of power to sound good. I think I can make it down the lightning rods tonight on this thing barefooted.
Yeah, well, we've all made improvements on our antenna systems over the years, too. So we can get away with the silliness.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this thing ain't even, oh, man, it's sad. It's sad. Let's look at it, see what kind of modulation we got. Modulation in SWR is at low power. Audio, about 80%.
My watt meter says I'm keying 4 watts and 2 watts. Swinging 2 watts, swinging to 4, my watt meter says.
What's that? Just the Trinidad's base power?
Yeah, Trinidad on its own. Oh, if I whistle, it goes to 6. So dead key 2 and whistles to 6.
Yeah, I'm dead keying 2.5.
I'm dead keying 1.5 and swing the 4.
Mine's not swinging at all. It's just kind of staying there. 2.5.
And there's the baby driver. That's 10 swinging to 40 about.
Damn, 4.
Oh, I get more swing this way. Huh, interesting.
Ooh, the baby driver pushes it up to 45 watts.
The baby driver is working, driver.
Say it. Key up again, Pete.
Pair of 2290s. Baby driver.
That's an 8.5.
And I remember when I was running power and only giving you an 8.5.
Well, you got an antenna that's 100 feet in the air now.
Actually, I think when we first started playing this game, when I first moved out here, was an A99, and I think I was giving you a 6 or a 7. I don't remember. I was probably a 2 pill or something I was running then.
I think you were barefoot and you were giving me like a 5.
Well, that's how things first started out.
But you got to remember, too, when we first started out, I was running a gutter mount antenna.
Yeah, that's right. But now I got a 5/8 antenna at 105 feet. And you got a 3-element Yagi.
Yeah, which needs major work. I think this antenna has degraded considerably over the last 15 years.
What would really go bad in it? Is it just corrosion?
Well, I think the coax probably needs to be replaced. A couple of the elements are bent a little bit, and they're not, perfectly in line anymore. And the gamma match is twisted ever so slightly. So yeah. I mean, the rest of it's just metal. I mean, metal is metal, but I think there might be some corrosion in the coax connector too. I mean, I put coax seal on it, but God only knows. It's a lot of years have gone by.
So that being vertical, your gamma match, do you have that on the top or the bottom?
I have it pointing down so the water wouldn't collect in it.
Okay, I always wondered that because I was going to, except for now that it's super duper cold, I was going to pull my beam down and put it vertical. I didn't know if it would be better if it was up or down.
I've seen it both ways, and supposedly it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because I fought with that too, with being vertical or horizontal, whether the gamma match was facing down on the inside of the beam, up, or on the outside of the beam. I think right now it's on the outside of the beam, laying flat.
Yeah, I don't think that matters either.
No.
I'm new to all the beam stuff, so I was just doing experiments with it.
Hello, Rooster.
Hello.
Countywide.
Prime radio. Hello, Rooster. Hello, Joker.
Hey, Rooster.
Hi, Train.
Breaker. Go ahead, Break. Yeah, good evening, Mud Dogs. Classic Radio Roundup. You know who it is.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, him. Up there in the northwest corner of Montgomery County. Rand McNally knows.
Yeah, full under Google Maps, no doubt. Mr. Spitfire. You know who it is. And Dave and Joker and Rooster and whoever else. One in a truck up, having a cigar.
Hello, Bassmaster.
Do I have echo? Do I have echo on? I don't think I do.
No, you're good.
Yeah, don't go hurting. I have to ask Night Owl. You would know.
Night Owl.
That was JR having fun with his walkie-talkie.
How'd that go? Man, holy cow.
Good evening, Bassmaster.
Yeah, what's up there, Joker? Sounding good as always on my radio. I saw the date and I saw the time and I said, hey, the Classic Radio Roundup boys are going to be on the frequency, so I said, hey, I'll give it a shot. Tell her.
10-4. Well, thanks for watching and thanks for coming in.
Yeah, live on the Video Gate, which will be uploaded tomorrow on YouTube for your viewing pleasure.
Programs are supported by viewers like you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I had enough of this walkie-talkie. Catch you guys later. I'm going back to the other one.
There you go.
What's he running at? Like a little realistic walkie-talkie?
President Randy. One of the new ones. And of course, it's hooked up to his outside antenna, but you know.
Oh, it's one of them little shoebox radios that's about 6 inches there, right?
Yeah, they're not real big. Not like the bricks that Radio Shack used to sell back in the day.
Yeah, Fort Otter, man. I hear them. It's no problem hearing them, but it's not JR that I hear usually.
No, walkie-talkie built-in microphone, so.
How much wood you been burning there, Spitfire?
As much as I can.
I must have burnt about half a cord just this week alone there, Otter.
Yeah, I don't think it's been that much, but couple of good stacks in my stack.
Yeah, Fort Otter. Yeah, I'm down to about I was sick for a while there, but I had a bunch of split wood. I'm down to about maybe a cord. So I'm gonna have to talk to my tree guy or my buddy that's a landscaper, see if he's got any ash laying around there.
Yeah, the way I measure it is how little propane I use, and I've only used 15% of my propane in the last 6 weeks, so I'm doing good.
Yeah, I found at the bottom of the one pile I had like 4-year-old seasoned pin oak. I burned a whole bunch of that. It burns good. The only thing I don't like about pin oak is it leaves like this gray, like fine ash. It doesn't really coal as well as you would imagine, right?
Yeah, the worst for that is that poplar. Poplar gets hot, it burns, and it just disappears to dust, and you get no coals.
Yeah, so I've been mixing the pin oak, piss oak, whatever they call it. I call it pin oak because it's just a straight tree red oak with the dark green bark that goes straight. But I've been mixing that with the ash. It's been pretty decent there.
Yeah, mine is all 100% ash. A couple of years ago, I took down half a dozen ash trees and cut them up, split them up, stacked them up, and that's what I've been burning.
Yeah, Yeah, Ryder, yeah, it doesn't burn as long as you would like it, but it does leave good coals and it burns hot. I get about 6 hours out of ash here, Ryder.
Well, when I'm awake, I'll put in like a couple of logs that lasts a good couple of hours. Before I go to bed, I'll stuff a half a dozen logs in there, and then I'll come down, 8 hours later in the morning, and there's a good hot pile of coal in there still.
Yeah, Ryder, yeah, that's good. It's definitely good, no doubt. I like that shagbark hickory, man. That shagbark hickory, man, I get 12-hour burns out of that stuff.
Yeah, that shagbark hickory is about the best. I do have some hickory. What is it? It's the other kind, butternut. Butternut hickory. I got some of that mixed in there, but not a whole lot of it.
Yeah, that's good hickory. Shagbark's the best by far. That's even better than white oak. That's like 29,000 BTUs a cord. But yeah, the butternut works good, or bitternut people call it. And there's another hickory, I forget the name of it, but I've burned them all. Shagbark's probably the best.
Yeah, there's a half a dozen different hickories, but them shagbarks, they take a long time to grow. That's probably why they got such a high BTU content, because it's such a dense wood.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a really good hot burn firewood, long burn firewood, but it rots easy with moisture, which is really weird. But yeah, it's good, man. If you get it and keep it off the ground good, it's awesome.
There's a breaker. Who's the break? Maybe the breaker can't hear me. Now, yeah, Night Train, you got a breaker for you.
I didn't hear. I wasn't listening. Hold on. Breaker for Night Train. Come on. Night Train. I don't hear no breaker.
Who's that breaker? What'd you say your handle was?
Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, it's Jiminy Cricket. I don't think Night Train's got a grip on your lip. I mean, he's out here, but I don't think he hears you. But I'll 10-5. Got the Spitfire here.
Wow, I'm telling you, the 400 milliwatts don't go far, does it?
What do you got? 400 milliwatts? Well, it goes far enough. We were just playing in that sandbox here a little bit ago. We were all down at 400 milliwatts. We were all hearing each other. I don't know where you are there, Jiminy Cricket, but apparently I'm the only one that hears you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's the first person to miss my call.
So what do you want Night Train for? I'll 10-5 if you want. Spitfire 441 on this antique flea market radio.
This is a new radio that just came out not too long ago from Walmart, believe it or not. Cobra 19.
Roger on the Cobra 19 from Walmart. Where are you located at?
Coopersburg.
Coopersburg. All right. Well, I'm down here around Pottstown, and I'm hearing you okay from Coopersburg. It's a pretty good hike. So you're making it down here if you just on a barefoot Cobra 19 is working.
This radio is somewhat smaller than the other radios I have. This thing, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, well, it's getting down here to Pottstown, but I seem to be the only one hearing you. Let me double check. You hearing anything there, Night Train, or no?
It's just a scratch, but it's not enough to communicate. Spitfire, I'm half the distance between you and Coopersburg, and I can't hear him, so.
Yeah, you're in a mobile. That's probably why. But he's not real strong, and his modulation's kind of low. But I have a full copy.
Hey, you and Dave or Joker keyed up at the same time. It sounded like a bee's nest. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I don't hear Coopersburg either.
Wow. I'm the only one that hears you there, Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah,
Yeah, on the beam that way, and I don't hear them.
And I'm the closest to Coopersburg, being a Red Hill, being, near Grayville Pike there are.
And the 105 foot in the air antenna for the win.
Yeah, my antenna's in my house. It's one of those mobile antennas.
Hiatus might.
Oh, you got a mobile antenna in the house. Well, there's your handicap right there. My 5/8 antenna is 105 feet off the ground, so that's where I'm pulling you out. Nobody else hears you.
You've got an indoor antenna?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no wonder I'm surprised you didn't hear him.
Does he hear me?
You hear anybody else there, Jiminy Cricket?
I hear everybody.
Oh, he says he hears everybody. Well, Jiminy Cricket, nice to meet your acquaintance there. It seems like I'm the only one that can hear you. 105 foot in the air, IMAX 2000 for the win.
All right, Rich, Dad, couple. You're off my center on the side for a while. Let's see you guys hash it out. Have a good day.
Yeah, okay there, Jiminy Cricket. Well, stop by any time. At least I'll hear you. Maybe you'll make some improvements there and others will hear you in the future. So take care, stay warm, and hope to hear from you again. Spitfire 441.
Spitfire, this is Jimmy Cricket. You idiot. Down.
All right, buddy. 7-3 and have a good night. Thanks for stopping by the Classic Radio Roundup.
Didn't get his antenna outside. That'll be a big difference.
Yeah, I guess I can hear if he's working a mobile antenna inside from Coopersburg, and I'll hear him.
I just might.
That's pretty good, Pete.
Yeah, that's not too bad, is it?
No, I heard him, but I couldn't make out no words. I could hear his voice, but not no words.
He was giving me like a S2. I mean, I could hear everything he was saying. No problem.
Well, you got that one, Pete. I'm surprised I couldn't hear him Spitfire if he's in Coopersburg.
Yeah, I would have thought, even being mobile where you're at, you should have heard him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably, between all of us, I'm probably, 8 air miles, 7, 8 air miles from Coopersburg, right?
Yeah, and I'm at least twice that distance, or close to twice that distance from Coopersburg.
No, it's half. I would say I'm between you, where he's king, I'm like right in the middle, right?
Agreed.
That's still Lehigh County, though, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know. My grandmother used to have a house up there in Coopersburg.
There's some other guy that comes out here once in a while that's in Coopersburg. I can hear him. He's not loud, but I know, I forget his handle. He comes out here once in a while while I'm here.
Yeah, I heard him reasonably well. I'm surprised nobody else heard him. I would have thought if anybody, you should have heard him. You're not that far from Coopersburg, but hey, it is what it is.
I mean, I didn't hear nothing. I mean, usually I can hear even some unaudible audio. Considering where he's at, I was just surprised. It sounded like you were ghost talking, but I guess what he's running and me being in the mobile, not being super high like you, I guess it affected it there.
Yeah, that 105 foot in the air antenna was the best move I made since I've been here.
Which begs the question, geez, why did you wait so long?
Oh, well, it's too funny. I didn't really think about, I always thought about doing it, but, I never put two and two together with the bow and arrow and all that and going through it. I was sort of forced into it. Yeah, now I should have done it 20 years ago.
Yeah, or at least 15, You could have gave cousin Brucey a run for the money.
Oh my goodness. If I had that antenna where it is now at the 8 pill, oh, I'd have been really an irritant to him.
Yeah. And old 05 would be upset because you'd be on top of him, too.
I might have had a chance of cutting his lips off, or at least being up there with him.
Oh, easily.
But, you know, I did have fun with the coal phasers, being able to put him and Marky Mark down into my noise level.
Yeah, that's nice. And that's one of the reasons why I went with the beam, you know. Because back then, yeah, it was not about hearing people. Well, it is about hearing people by rejecting those you don't want to hear.
Well, that's where those coal phase came in real nice. I didn't necessarily need to bring anybody else in stronger. I just needed to get rid of them. And I did.
You want a selected hearing.
Yeah.
I even played around with open and shorted stubs on T's in the lines to get that null moved around right where I wanted it. And I could take him from 10 dB over and push him down to a S1. So I wasn't looking for gain. I was looking for the deepest null in that direction.
Yeah, you shot it.
Hang some kind of base antenna in the tree up here by my truck, or put one of them V quads on a pole and then on a driver flagpole.
So you can't. What's the matter? You can't have a base station?
I can. I just don't. I got shit all over the house that I got to remove that I don't use anymore. I got a J pole on the house. I got a G5 RV. I don't do any of the other bands really anymore. So, I don't know. I'd rather just have something close to the truck here where I sit.
Yeah, just hang an IMAX from one of the trees where you're parked. Run some coax. You can just hook up when you're parked.
Yeah, I have one like 75-foot black walnut tree. That's all I got left.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be perfect. Tie a rope around that IMAX and hoist it up.
I want to see him climb it.
Ain't climbing shit anymore. I like them V quads. I was thinking about pulling one of them up on like on the tree or on a pole, on like a drive-on, flag-on pole.
I do better with an IMAX hoisted 70 feet up in that black walnut tree. It worked better than a V quad on a 20-foot pole.
Yeah, maybe. And then run a shot at 213, 100 foot of 213, down off of another.
Yeah, that's right. Bow and arrow with a fishing reel on it. Shoot a line up over that branch. Woo! Shabippity bap. Hoist it up.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Train.
How do you measure that it's 105 feet? How'd you do that?
By how much coax, how much rope I used, first of all. But then how much coax I pulled up on the other side.
Wow, man.
It's 105 feet to the base of my IMAX.
10-4.
And it's working, driver.
Made a big difference, even for my 75, 80 foot mark.
So that means we gotta raise our antennas higher, Bagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then I'm going up to the next branch up, and I'll be at 125.
That's some tall trees, man. I don't have any trees that tall, I don't think.
Still got them all cut down.
Oh, these poplars, man, they're tall here.
Tree?
All my shagbark hickories are all gone.
Did you call me? What did you say there, Bassmaster? Yeah, nothing, Train. I'll wave a hand at you while I got you, but I was asking Pete if he said it was a poplar. Them things grow tall and straight, Hunter.
Yep, that's it. It's a poplar.
Yeah, that's a beautiful tree, too. They make nice woods.
Yeah, but in the fall, they freaking make a mess. All them tulip petals, man. They make a freaking mess.
Tulip popular, I guess that's what that is then.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, they grow tall, they grow quick, and they don't live long. I guess they do live sort of long, about 150 years, but they grow straight. I'll give it that. And that's what they make a lot of the pallets out of nowadays.
Yeah, they can live longer than that there, Bassmaster. Go down there to Longwood Gardens. They got ones that are 250, 300 years old.
Yeah, I know down when I was having cancer treatments a few years ago, I would drive to the Fox Shoes Cancer Center. I know they had a bunch of them down at that one road down, I forget what the name of it is, but to make the final turn on Church Road, and it was like an end of like a golf course. They were huge. They cut them all down. I don't know why, man. There's nothing wrong with them, but man, them things had to be like 100 feet tall and they were straight as an arrow.
Yeah, mine are all pretty much straight as an arrow. There's no real branches on them till you get at least about 75 or 80 feet up. But they're all 130, maybe 135 feet tall, maybe a little more.
Yeah, they do grow tall. They grow straight, too. I've never seen a cockamamie poplar or tulip poplar ever, I don't think.
I know one thing, they're very popular.
They're good shade trees. I've burned them before. I got a whole bunch of them before. I mean, it burns, hot, fast, but, the problem is, it's just, too much loading back and forth, and they don't leave any coals, so you got to kind of, like, mix it with, it's good to mix with, like, better stuff there.
Yeah, it's good to start off your fire with because they burn nice and hot, and they'll get everything else going real well, but, yeah, they just turn to really light ash, and there's no coals in between. They just burn up and disappear to ash. And it is the softest of the hardwoods.
Yeah, that and it's similar to like silver maple. I don't know if you ever burn any of that. It's sort of the same.
Yeah, at least the maples, at least they leave a coal. The poplar trees don't never turn to coals.
Yeah, silver maple doesn't really do that. Red maple, sugar, and Norway will give you nice coals. Yeah, they're the better of the three. I mean, sugar's the best, and red is, sugar's the best, Norway's behind it, then red, and then silver are.
Yeah, give me hickory, ash, and oak in that order. And then the rest of them, whatever, I'll burn it.
Don't forget about locust.
Yeah, I don't have any locust trees here. Just maples, poplars, red and white oaks, the butter hickories, the shagbark hickories, and there's one other kind of hickory here. I can't remember the name. I have some basswood, too.
Yeah, basswood's shitty. What is it, bitter nut hickory, pig nut hickory, and shag, I think, are the three around here.
Yeah, I've never had I only got 2 basswood trees. Never had any of them die, so I've never had to cut them up and try and burn it, so I don't know how that burns.
It burns like cottonwood. It burns very, very fast. It's worse than poplar. It's good kindling, that's about it.
Classic Pyro Roundup.
Yeah, it's the firewood roundup hour. How many BTUs and what firewood should you use? Roundup.
Yeah.
At peak BTUs or average BTUs? Or is it bird BTUs? I don't know.
CB BTUs or ham BTUs?
These names to get that figure there, Dave.
Yeah.
Is that ham BTUs or CB BTUs?
Is it bird or dozy BTUs?
That's right.
Well, BTUs matter when it's single degrees in winter Pennsylvania.
You mean communist Pennsylvania?
Single digit communist Pennsylvania, BTUs matter.
Yeah, that white oak burns good there, Pete.
Yeah, Yeah, I've actually had people, they want to buy my white oaks for furniture wood.
Yeah, man, that's good, dude. That white oak's the best. I mean, I burnt that. I got a nice white oak a few years ago, and let that season a couple of years, man. That burns nice.
Yeah, I've burnt one in the past, but I got two really big ones here that are pretty straight. And I actually had some furniture guy wanted to pay me to take it, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's too nice of a tree. I'll let you know later.
Well, it depends. The first 10 feet of the tree has no branches. It makes the value go up even more.
First 10 feet? How about the first 60, 75 feet?
That makes it worth even more. That could be worth like, $5,000, that tree.
That's in the neighborhood of what he was offering.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, the only thing that'll bring more, if you have that much straightness from the bottom to wherever, black walnut gets the most for that purpose. But, because the problem that the guys that do furniture and stuff with, you want the straightest amount of wood from the bottom of the tree to where you start getting branches, because then the wood becomes knotty or other.
Yep, 10-4, and Roger on the black walnuts.
And the black walnut I have is like a street tree, I got a knot, 5 feet up, so it's kind of like just, there for show there.
Well, all my trees are here for shade in the summer, and the ones that fall over in storms or die become firewood. I don't really go, actively cultivating them. The standing dead's enough. The storm damaged one's been enough to provide me with firewood for the last 20 years.
Yeah, well, if you got a white oak with 60 feet of straight with no prune, nothing pruned off of it over the years, and it's straight with no branching, that's a pretty valuable tree, man. That thing might be worth about 15 grand.
Well, if he comes around and offers me 15 grand, I'll probably take him up on it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's truly 60 feet with no branching from the bottom, that is a high value tree.
I think it had branches at one point. You could see, where there were branches along the trunk, not a whole lot, but currently it's at least 60 feet, maybe more, with no branches.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, well, see, even if you cut the branch, even if somebody cut the branches in like 1975, you still gotta get knots. But, because they never grow out of it. They heal, but they're still in the hardwood there. The guys that are building, they want the straightest, longest pieces they can, right?
Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying. And any branches that have come off the tree, nobody's trimmed them off. That's just natural growing process that where branches were and now they're not. You can see where they were and they've healed or whatever over time, but there's a pretty good straight long run of it, and then maybe a couple of knots along the way, but I think that's why the guy was knocking on my door wanting to buy it.
Yeah, they're actually one of the very unique trees for whiskey barrel with white oak. They're like the best there are.
I'll keep that in mind when I start my distillery.
I get it. Yeah, but it's a true fact. That's what they distill the whiskey in, is white oak. I mean, it has like characteristics of the wood where it doesn't leach out. It makes it perfect, and then the flavoring there.
Yeah, I'll go into making my own barrel staves.
Whatever works, man.
Night Train, you're a tree lover, aren't you?
Oh, man.
You put Train to sleep. See that?
No, that ain't because night owl.
I'll be doggone.
Hey, and where's my matters? Good evening there, Mr. JR. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good. Just sitting there listening to y'all talking about trees there. You guys know more about wood, and man, good grief. All the names and different kinds and whatnot. Good grief. I just know you burn it.
That's what happens. Me and Pete start talking about wood and motorcycles. It'll just be a continuous conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you live in the woods for 20 years, you start to learn what trees are around you. You know, you just got to learn this stuff.
And directions, too. I guess you got to know the directions of your trees.
And I could tell you a list of all the birds that live here, too.
The one who flew over the cuckoo's nest.
And the ones that didn't. The ones that actually live here. They didn't fly over any cuckoo's nest. They just nested here.
Yeah, see, I know because I burned the wood, but for somebody who grew up in Philly, I actually had a camping trip in the woods for 3 weeks straight outside in October, November, which, wasn't too horrible, but I had to live off campfires and canned stuff and all kinds of stuff. I wanted to see how long I can handle it before I said screw it.
And 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks, and then I said, screw this, I need a shower.
Yeah, it's amazing what you learn over 20 years of living surrounded by forest.
Yeah, Roger, I was sick of eating cans of bush baked beans with onions and cooking packs of ground meat I had in a cooler, over a campfire. I was getting old there.
You had to go wrestle up some squirrels and rabbits.
I was going to say, there was no possum, squirrel, rabbit stew. Come on, man.
I had some dry ice in a cooler with a bunch of packs of ground meat, and if I wanted something decent, I would just, cook up like a hamburger over the campfire.
You got to get rabbits and squirrels and skin them up and roast them on a spit.
Yeah, now that's camping there.
Well, if it would have been in the summer where I was at, there's a pond where there was bass and catfish. I could have filleted some of them up and ate them.
Yeah, that's right.
Or maybe even Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, no thanks. I could have probably took some deer out. I saw a couple of them when I was out there.
Pepe Le Pew and some rattlesnake stew.
Rabbit season, duck season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season,
Rabbit season.
duck season.
Aha! Bam!
It'd be amazing how full you get on them Bush's baked beans with the onions in them there, Otter.
Probably ain't fun to be around with, though.
Especially if you wash them down with beer.
Oh, yeah, I had plenty of that, too.
Sounds to me like you're heading for a gastrointestinal rebellion.
Well, beans are actually high in fiber. I mean, they'll keep you alive. They're a good survival thing. Canned beans, they last forever. And, they're good and high in protein and energy there are.
It's all good, man.
Beans, ramen noodles,
Did I walk into a conversation of canned bees, like B-E-E-S?
B-E-A-N-S.
Beans, yeah.
Yeah, beans are good for your heart.
Beans are right for it.
You're talking the musical fruit.
Yeah, the more you eat, the more you toot.
One time I camped outside and I was eating, that's how I was pretty much surviving there, Otter.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a big fan of beans.
Now, Bush's baked beans with onions are good, the ones with the onions in them.
It's one of my favorite things to eat. Slice up hot dogs, put them in them beans. Yeah, boy, beanie weenie. I could eat that every day of the week.
I do like that. Slice up some hot dogs and the bush beans. Oh, that is good.
Yeah, boy.
You have bush beans in your home.
Try bush today.
Throw in a couple teaspoons of Stubbs spicy sauce there, and ooh.
Yeah, man.
I think the original recipe tastes just good. You don't have to do nothing to it.
That beautiful bean flesh.
That's right.
You gotta get the ones with the onions in them now.
Beanie weenie.
I can do without the onions, man. I like the original recipe. Bush's is the best. That's right. For a limited time only, buy one and get the second one for the same price.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of onions.
Onions are good.
I could take them or leave them either way. I'm fine.
And you put a little twist on that, didn't you? You weren't going to lose no money.
JR, you about the only one that caught it.
Just let it go.
I just thought it was a great deal.
It's a good deal for twice the price.
Shouldn't we all have beans in our home? What's in your cabinet?
More beans.
And weenies.
I'll be honest with you, I actually buy the navy beans and the northern beans and the different beans and soak them and cook them and boil them. And oh man, I go way out of the way. Vegetables, garlic, celery, spices, onions, and the whole 9 yards. And I make bean soup, man, to remind me of my past.
My mom, when I was a kid, she would make a chili, and she would make a separate one for me without beans in it.
There you are. I actually take some of the beans later and put chili and beef in it, and then put a hot dog on a roll and have chili and hot dog.
Yakos. Everything dog.
Good old Yakos.
Yeah, go and get an everything dog. That's chili, mustard, onions, ketchup, cheese.
See, I will agree. I do like chili on hot dogs. Is Rockin' still in business over there at Emmaus, or are they closed?
The one in Emmaus is still there. In South Emmaus. The North Emmaus one, I think, closed.
Yeah, I know the one in Emmaus, the South Emmaus one's not too far. It's probably about a 15-minute roll up the road there.
Yeah, it's right up Route 100. And then you got to follow 29 at the split.
Yeah, that 29 split that 100, with 29 and 100 is probably, that's really close to the Joker. It's probably about 5 miles from me.
Good old Shinerville.
Don't forget the relish.
It's north of Shinerville.
Oh yeah, I know where it is. I go by it all the time.
It's in Emmaus.
How far are you from 29 and 100, Joker? 29 and 100? Probably, well, actually, I am, I think, 9 miles from my house to the Macungie Park, so probably, 4 miles? Yeah, 4 hours. I'm about 5 miles up 29 from there. Yeah, I'm close to the Valley Hotel. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Yeah, I know where it's at. That's probably 8 miles from me.
Anyway, all this talk is making me hungry, but I'm tired, so I'm going to bow out gracefully. Thanks for the fun on the Classic Radio Roundup. 7-3 all around. Stay warm. Countywide, going that way.
Who is this program brought to you by, P?
Bush's Baked Beans. Buy one, get the second one for the same price.
That's right, for a limited time only and while supplies last.
Good evening, everybody. I was on the wrong channel.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same thing. It's about that time. It is just about 15 minutes past the big hour of 10 o'clock on the final chapter of the roundup on this chilly Wednesday. So we'll catch everyone later, and hopefully we can do it again next week, although I probably won't. But if for some reason, we'll see. Catch everyone later. Good night.
See you, brother. I ain't gonna ram it now. You know who it is.
Good night there, Mr. Spitfire and Sandbagger. And nobody mentioned about the relish. I like relish on my hot dogs, but I guess it's not a thing. Catch you guys later, 10-4.
I like relish. Good night, Pete. Good night there, Sandbagger.
Good night, guys. Yeah, I like the relish. I like grill some hot dogs, throw them in a crock pot with some relish.